Let's take a look at this disgusting Falcons team. We can clearly see Proper, Stalker, Smurf, Hanbin, Chio, and Fielder on the same team, along with some other guy I can't quite make out. Can we enhance this image? It appears to be Surmajed, but that just can't be. It doesn't make sense for him to be on a team of Korean superstars. Surely he's here as a valued member of the squad and not for Saudi marketing purposes whatsoever. When Hamster disbanded and Fearless went LFT, I assumed the worst. I thought some individual players got contracts and the unfair super team would be taken from us before we even truly had it. However, the Prince of Saudi Arabia himself needed Hamster to exist under Saudi esports and decided to throw the government Overwatch budget at 5 out of 6 players, leaving only Fearless all alone, desperately searching for any semblance of a paycheck in the European wilderness. Although Fearless might be gone, Smurf is here instead, and honestly he is a better fit overall. Fearless may have had the trust and synergy from the Dallas Fuel, but Smurf brings a flexibility to this lineup that Fearless simply does not. Sure, he isn't the literal best Winston in the world, but no team is upset when they see the smoky on their side of the lobby. The next time a counter swap meta comes through like the 2023 playoffs, you'd rather have a player like someone, or in this case, discount someone. This flexibility complements the utter domination across the entire off-tank role that is Hanbin. Smurf won't be in on maps where they can reasonably play an off-tank the entire time, but in situations where Winston might be good into certain comps, but otherwise you play Sigma or Zarya, it might be worth letting Smurf have a go. Hanbin is the best off-tank in the world by a lot. No one else is even close to him. Number 2 is who? Probably someone, maybe Hawk? Max, if we pretend his performance last season was due to a gas leak in the Bonchon chicken kitchen. It's the largest gap between best in class and next in class since season 1 Jonak, when the league was full of plumbers. We are not prepared for Overwatch 2 Hanbin on a team with a truly elite DPS line of Proper and Stalker. And before anyone pretends that these two aren't elite together because they're both flex DPS or some other wrong reason, please direct yourself to the 2022 playoffs where Proper displayed to this day the hardest Sojourn carry performance in history. Stalker's hit scan is also respectable, and while strictly speaking it's weaker than having a dedicated hit scan like Happy or Merit, very rarely will it be an actual exploitable weakness. There are some comps where this DPS line isn't the strongest on paper, like Junkrat, Torbjorn or something like that, but they are guaranteed to be top 3 no matter what other teams are cooking. Similar to the Smurf over Fearless take, the flexibility Proper and Stalker provide just outweighs everything else. The only sad aspects about them playing together is that we can't see them play against one another, and because Proper is the more flexible of the two, he will be playing to the strengths of Stalker, which does mean less Tracer. Finally, this leaves us only the support line and cheerleader to talk about. Fielder Chio is the objective best support line you can possibly make. They are both top of the line individually, but also play together better than any duo in the game. Chio could jump head first off a 12-story building into the enemy team 1v5, and I'd be convinced he made the right play because Fielder was there to hit a nasty nade and bail him out. And now that Fielder doesn't have to babysit Donghack just so he has a tank player in the lobby, he's about to be even scarier. Finally, last and certainly least, we have Surmajed. Technically, he does make this team better by allowing for double flex comps with Zen or Alari, so it's not like he's bringing negative value unless his contract imposes forced playtime, but he is very clearly only here because Falcons is a Saudi org. It's true that he's had the best Alari performances, but since then she's been a very niche character and requires a specific playstyle and compositions to work. Majed is just not good enough to merit forcing comps just for him, especially looking at the rest of this roster. So I can only see him finding playtime on Circuit Royale maybe, but even then there's value in being able to swap to a rush comp, so Chio is still probably the best option. Majed is basically just a guy outside the car dealership twirling around a big sign that says Falcons is a Saudi org.